Hi there, Cancer. Welcome to your early August 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. I'm doing the first couple of weeks of August for the people that I didn't do the whole month of August. So it's like 8 signs I didn't do the whole month. So because I do, middle or late month readings, so it's just kind of like redundant for me to just do it. Oh my goodness, you got that card. You got the card. You got the card of reuniting with someone, and we're in the Venus retrograde. So that's throughout this month. The heart of the matter is the Four of Wands, and I thought about the new moon in Leo. That's actually happening on the 16th at 23 degrees of Leo. And so that's kind of like in this time frame, I might make end of the month videos before the 16th, but I just wanted to call that out because the Four of Wands can be like a new home. And that's one of the things that can happen when your new moon is in the second house, like it is, the fourth house of home and family that you rule in astrology, Cancer. So this could be something that is coming down the pike for you, that you're celebrating, or you've already moved in. This is also a card of marriage, the happy home. So however that's figuring out in your life. In the past position, we have the wheel, which is connected to this is the Wheel of Fortune in a lot of decks, and this is connected to Jupiter, which is Sag's ruler, and it can be that card of good fortune, but like the Wheel of Fortune, but for some reason they decided to take that part out of it because I think they want to emphasize cycles. And as a cycle, you might be in a certain period where things are really working out for you. And there's some kind of maybe, new cycle, alignment, something along those lines. This would be in the recent past. And at the same time, that could even be something that is leaving, like a bad, I don't like to use the word bad, but like a period that was not so pleasant, and now something else is coming about. I tend to think it's pointing to this period because it's in the upright position, and I think this can also be a card of travel. I'm not quite sure. I think so because Jupiter. Yeah, hello. And so if that is the case, you might be marrying someone who is a foreigner. I'm trying to think. Well, forget about that. I don't want to get too caught up in all of this stuff. But there's like with wands, we're talking about very expansive, positive type of domestic situation. Number 4, structure, your sign and house, 4th house. And then we have as the higher message the 5 of Swords, and this is when I got this card, the first thing I thought of is flying monkeys. And I was thinking about, if you've heard the thing about narcissists and they're flying monkeys, the people around them that try to, you know, they're kind of like spies, and they report back to the narcissist, oh, she's buying a house, or he's getting married, and let that person know. So, you know, technically, it's a card that can be about uh, gossip and backbiting, slander. So it can involve other people that are, on the surface they may seem one way, and then they're kind of doing things, talking behind your back about something. And oh, interesting. So we have here as the card that crosses you. So this is the Three of Cups. This can be a card of friendship and things like that. So I wonder if that's the frenemies, situation. And, I just personally, when I hear that word, I mean, obviously that's not really used too much anymore, but we know what that means. But I always wondered, like, why someone would look at another person that way unless they knew already that that person was the way that they were. I don't really believe that a lot of these people are just, it's such a shock that they're like that. It's just, so basically I think of it as hanging around toxic people. And so, if, claiming that they're your friends when actually they're anything but whose problem is that? That would be a you problem, wouldn't it? Because you're not forced to hang around anybody. And I don't even think it would be a judgment issue. I think it would just be like kind of falling into a certain group of people and then staying there, even when you kind of are evolving and seeing it for what it is. What's coming in? The Eight of Cups. This is a card of leaving behind what no longer serves you. Yeah. So you might have, I'm trying to think here. You might have already experienced this. As I said, this is the beginning part of August, and you might have already experienced this because we did have a full moon in Aquarius, and that was falling in your 8th house, which is, well, it's funny, and I always think of the Eight of Cups as Scorpio anyway, and that's your 8th house, and that can be like letting go the shadow, the part that is very that needs to experience rebirth, that is kind of dead and buried, or you want it to be dead and buried, let's put it that way. And really this card can speak to the loss of passion for something and needing to move in a different direction. Passion, I shouldn't put it that way, because it's like meaningfulness, something that's fulfilling. So I wouldn't even be surprised if some of you have gone through divorce in recent years, maybe not, in the last month, but in recent years, and now you're kind of rebuilding your life piece by piece, and perhaps a new home, or even in a new location in a different country could be where it's at for you, and just starting over like from scratch. And then we have the Two of Cups. This is that card of reuniting with someone. And I said this because during, I was going to say Leo retrograde, but Venus retrograde, there is that possibility of hearing back from someone who is a love interest. But the other thing about this is that it doesn't mean that it's going to be that kind of situation that you want it to be. You might have grown so much that you are not interested in that person anymore. And another thing that this card represents is commitment. So for people who have been kind of on the fence, it might be like you decide to take the plunge. And the Four of Wands is certainly that kind of thing. Now again, the Five of Swords, I mean, that can happen when people are experiencing good fortune, where the people that you expect to be happy for you aren't. And that can be very illuminating, to say the least. So keep that in mind. And also, the Two of Cups can be forgiveness. So if you need to forgive someone for maybe betraying you in some way, and other people, and even, doing, sometimes people have done horrendous things. And it's not about like, okay, I'm forgiving them, so I'm going to call them up. And then you don't even necessarily have to tell them that you're doing this, because some people you can't have a normal relationship with, and when you try to give them the benefit of the doubt, they inevitably screw you over. I mean, that sounds really cynical, but it's true, because some people are very broken. But when I say forgiveness, I'm saying, somebody mentions their name and you're not tempted to drag their name through the mud and say terrible things about them, that you can, keep from expressing, intense emotion about the situation. Like, you become more and more detached because you're moving away from the pain. You're not just hanging on to it. That can be as simple as it gets when it comes to forgiveness. So yeah, a very interesting thing. And I have gotten this in the readings that I did for the month as a whole. I think I got, I did 4 of them, and I don't know, I got at least 2 of them that were that, I think. So this is the Venus retrograde influence. I have no doubt about that. And it's important because it's going to be different for every person. It's not like one size fits all. So anyway, that's what I have for you, Cancer. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I have a package deal that I've been promoting, because if you really, some people, they want to have their charts analyzed, but they also want current, transits, because, you have your natal chart with those planets, and then you have transits, so I have a package deal, an hour of natal chart interpretation, an hour of transits for a special price, and I have those readings separate as well. And I have other types of readings too, including the whole enchilada, which is that package deal, the 2 readings plus a full-length tarot reading for a special price. And you can find out more information at the link below.